Hello, my hungry friends. So it's cabbage season, and I've decided to make this short reel to tell you all about how I make cabbage. Apologize for the mess in the house, but we live here, so. So if you're gonna make sauerkraut, you're gonna find yourself a receptacle. I am using a large bucket. This can probably fit about 50 liters, maybe more. And this is intended for brewing beer, but we don't do that yet, so I'm using it for cabbage. I've scrubbed it with soapy water, and then I poured some hot water on the inside and kind of swirled it around to disinfect my receptacle. You can also use glass or ceramic, not metal obviously, and do the same, sanitize your dish. If you're using ceramic, make sure to look for cracks in the dish. If you see cracks, I wouldn't use it because it just grow bacteria and your cabbage will go bad. Because we're in Poland, we can buy pre-shredded cabbage in 10-kilo bags, which is 20 pounds. We're pickling 25 kilos, so 50 pounds of cabbage this year. And I just buy this just to make my life easier. So what I normally do is, I know I have 10 kilo in here. I'll put a little bit in the bucket and try to mix it with the carrot that's also shredded here. And if you're shredding your own, I normally do 1 carrot per kilo, so per 2 pounds of shredded cabbage. And then once that's in, we're gonna add salt. For salt, always use natural salt, so non-iodized pickling salt. And I'm using rock salt that's quite, it's coarse, but it's not rock, it's not like the rocks like you see in big packaging. Right. So I know I'm using 25 kilos, so you're going to use a tablespoon of salt per kilo, which is easy. So then I don't really worry about how much I put at a time because I know it's 25 kilo. I'm going to need 25 of these. So then I put a little bit of salt in, and by the time we're done with all the cabbage, I just got to make sure I use all the salt.
So you preloaded the salt into that
I
thing,
pre-measured the salt, yep.
Got it, coach.
And then we go to mixing. And the idea is to smush the cabbage so it creates juice. And we're softening it and mixing the salt. I already had one batch mixed in here, that's why it's so juicy. And then we add a little bit more.
So you're breaking the cell walls.
Yes, trying to break it up.
To make juices come.
Yep, because that's going to be our brine. We never add extra water to cabbage because it's just going to dilute the flavor, and
there's plenty.
There's plenty. And I'm going to make this and another bag like this go into this bucket. So look, we've got 15 pounds in here, 15 kilos, so 30 pounds in here. And look how much brine I have. And this is no water added. This is what you want. So keep going. So very important. We've managed to pack 25 kilo into the bucket. Very important. Make sure that you have all this brine covering your cabbage. And again, this is just brine from the cabbage juice produced by us squeezing it as we're mixing. So now if you're doing this in a jar, make sure you also have room, a couple inches from the top for the cabbage to expand, which it will. It'll produce fermentation, obviously, and the bubbles will bring the cabbage up. So if you're doing it in a jar, and I know in America they produce all these little gadgets to squish your cabbage and whatnot, but all you need is a little plastic wrap. And normally what I do here, I create a barrier. Okay, so we have spread two pieces of foil this way and 2 pieces of foil this way to create to make a lid. And I just make sure that the foil is touching your cabbage and water before you store it. And we will come back to it in a couple days. My cabbage is just sitting in my kitchen, ambient temperature about 70, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. And every 2 or 3 days, I'm going to come back to my cabbage, uncover it, and then puncture some holes all the way through the bottom to let some of the gases out. Because as it's fermenting, it kind of is creating little pockets of air, and it's bringing all the cabbage up to the top, and then it's not covered with liquid, which preferably that would be the case. And then push your cabbage down a little bit so the water comes up again. Just like that. But give it a taste, and taste it every 2 or 3 days and see how it's changing the flavor. It's going to start with being really salty, and then every day more and more sour. How do we know if our cabbage is done? Well, we're going to taste it to start with, and you're going to look at it and make sure it's all of the bits are translucent and we don't see any more raw cabbage. So you taste it, and right away we'll fit it right here. But it's supposed to be sour and tangy, but not any more salty, because salt has already fermented the cabbage and it should be all gone. And our cabbage is ready. So last step, we have our prepared sanitized jars, and we're going to put all of our cabbage into the jars. So I'm going to make sure that each jar gets a little bit of the liquid as well. So I'm packing the cabbage into the jars pretty tightly, squeezing it down so there's no air pockets as much as possible. Now make sure to put it all the way to the top of your jar, so when the lid comes on here, it touches the cabbage and there's enough liquid all the way to the top. Make sure to sanitize your lids as well. Now we're going to put the lid on, close it tightly, and I'm going to store it in pretty much room temperature. I don't have any cool storage. If you did, it's okay for it to sit in cooler storage, not in a fridge even, below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. My storage is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so I just close it, and it'll sit like this till next season, about this time. We just used up our last jar of cabbage. Voila, there's your cabbage.